Thinking bigger than yourself can serve you today and generations to come, snapping the generational curses. Do you know the secret to escaping poverty and breaking generational curses? It's not becoming a famous entertainer or a pro athlete. The key is wisdom. I know it seems like you're the only one struggling to keep up with the lifestyle of social media, but many people are searching for a sense of peace, purpose, and direction. These ancient keys will help you find solid ground in a shifting world, giving you modern wisdom. The purpose of this discussion is not to judge, but rather to share ancient principles that helped me escape poverty, and ancient principles that can help both of us snap generational curses. I wasn't always Cedric the engineer. Grew up in a single-family household, youngest of four, and at stages of my life, we lived with 6 uncles, 4 aunts on my mother's side, and at some points, most of us were under the same roof, including my cousins. Simple, happy times. The first key is finding inner peace. I remember I was 13. My mother was very sick, home alone, not sure when my next meal was coming or where it was coming from. My anxiety was through the roof. And as far as the future was concerned, 25 was a milestone if you made it to that age. So I get how easy it is to find anxiety in times like these. What I learned most was that everybody's dealing with something. Can't control the outcome. All I can do is focus on the input. How does the quote go? Pray as if it depends on God, but work as if it depends on you. King Solomon understood this best. If you have wisdom, success is bound to follow. So in anxious stages in my life, I didn't make drastic changes. I focused on gratitude. There's so many things to be thankful for. Not only can I see, but I have vision. Not only can I hear, but I can listen, which means that I can serve somebody else. Me serving somebody else gave me purpose and motive to keep striving. Which brings us to the second key, building strong relationships. As a kid born in Dade and raised in Broward County, you don't get many breaks, if any. And you grow up a lot faster than anybody would like you to. But in anxious moments, we can't stay silent. And I get it. It's hard to ask for help. I'm not very trusting, nor do I like for people to be able to say that they did something for me or gave me something, or that they're the reason that I have what I have. It's part of the reason I work the way that I do. The other reason is so that I can be that person I wish I always had. Somebody that does care and give from the heart and don't have to mention it at all. See, at some point, you have to become the person that you want to see in the world. Who knows? You becoming more like that person you desire in your life may trigger someone else to become that person as well, feeding off your energy, following your lead. So don't sit back and wait for somebody else to pop up being that person. Work on yourself. And there's 2 sides of it. There's somebody that's being the giver, but there's somebody that has to be helped. So in the times of anxiety and need, ask for help. And of course, that's not going to be anybody. Find someone you trust, someone you feel comfortable with. If you don't have anyone, you can always hit me up. See, understand that anxiety comes from looking further ahead than necessary and feeling hopeless or powerless to do anything about it. When it comes to building strong relationships, understand that we are put on this earth for 2 reasons. Please God, serve others. And whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, why do you think the harshest punishment is to isolate someone? There's no replacement for the human connection and the positive impact that kindness can have, especially when it's pure of heart and it's serving someone that can't pay you back. I'm not going to pretend that it's easy to make relationships, especially today, everything being virtual. But if you can remember this, you'll strengthen and grow more relationships. Rather than assuming that you're interesting and trying to prove it to someone, listen, be interested in someone else, compassionate, understanding, patient. Simply flipping that switch in your mind would make people love to have you around. And if you didn't catch the subtle hints at key number 3, it's finding purpose and meaning. The vast majority of us feel a sense of lack and emptiness, and the bank account make no difference. I've seen professional athletes in a room full of people, there to celebrate them, look as lonely as possible. And I don't have to explain to you how it feels to sit at home alone, watching everyone online seem like they're crushing it and just having the best time with so many friends, so many smoke and mirrors. If only somebody would tell the truth, maybe there'd be more people to connect with. See, when you grasp the concept that we are here to serve others, it makes so much sense, and it gives you a sense of purpose. Without applying these ancient principles to modern times, without wisdom, you can find a way to make as much money as possible, as quick as possible. But that is literally the story of every guru who told you that they've risen to fame and lost it all. See, without wisdom, you can work your entire life and lose everything in the blink of an eye. But wisdom teaches you to take care of today and save for tomorrow. See, when the focus is on you, you're thinking about all that you like and all that you care about and what you're concerned with. But when you change the focus to someone else or something bigger than yourself, whether that's an organization or lineage, finding ways to make yourself smile lasts a moment. But finding a way to bring joy to others outlasts you, outlives you. Perfect example. Let's say you have $50. You can go have an amazing lunch. But if you use that same $50 to buy the kid next door a bite, they'll have that memory forever. And if that kid outlives you, so does that memory. So why do we feel this lack of purpose? Maybe we're not interacting enough. Maybe we're not serving enough people. It's usually through others that we discover what we're good at. Oh, you have a gift.
and we brush it off. It's like, oh no, I do that all the time.
And if you haven't heard that yet, it's sitting there waiting to be discovered. See, what no one can help is someone that's afraid to do anything. So take action. And it doesn't have to be anything monumental. Simply try to be of service to someone else. Not only will you improve their life, but your life will improve tremendously.
Ancient key number 4, seeking wisdom.
And no, they don't sell it at the corner store. You can't buy it by the pound. You have to seek guidance and learn from experience. Wisdom doesn't come without stripes. Not only do you have to have the knowledge, but you have to also know when and how to apply it. There's a timing element. In the complex world we live in, don't make it any easier, but it is invaluable. King Solomon, the wisest king ever, when asked by the Almighty God himself, essentially to request whatever he wants and it will be granted, Solomon asked for wisdom so that he can lead and serve the people that he had lordship over. And because he didn't ask for riches, the heads of his enemies, power, God not only made him the wisest king ever, but he also gave him the riches, the power, and the trampling of his enemies. See, wisdom isn't confined to a subject matter. It touches every aspect of life, spiritual, mental, physical, and everything in between. So what's the question? I know you're dying to ask. How do you get some wisdom? Get out of your comfort zone. The more you experience, the better you'll be for it. The more diverse you will be. The different people you will walk amongst, the different people you'll be able to speak with, understand, which in return will help you nourish and nurture other relationships that you already have. You will return home or venture off to other places with a better understanding, with a wider understanding, a depth of knowledge that you did not have before. See, rather than thinking that you might fail at something, think about all of the knowledge that you can gain. Henry Ford, right? Failure is only the opportunity to more intelligently begin again. As long as you don't quit, you don't lose. Continue to find out what you lacked before so that the next time will be more successful. It goes back to asking for help. One of the first things King Solomon did was surround himself with leaders. He understood that he couldn't do it all by himself. It takes teamwork. It takes a community. No one has it all, not a single person. And we were designed this way to make sure that we need each other. The sooner we realize that and use that to our advantage, the sooner we wise up. But understand, that's a life journey. You'll never stop learning, whether you want to or not. So you might as well be intentional about it and get there sooner than later. But don't go all Rocky 4 or Creed 2 on us. Burnout is a real thing. So take practical steps, such as listen to a podcast you typically wouldn't. Learn a new skill. Try that thing that you were always interested in, but you thought people would make fun of you for if they found out. Typically, you try something new, people laugh, you become the expert, and now they come asking questions. Better yet, you see that the younger generation was watching you all along, and they have new hope in trying the things that they find interesting. First key, find inner peace. Remember, control what you can control, which is the input, not the output. Second key, build strong relationships. The power of love and compassion is underestimated. Which brings us to the third key, finding purpose and meaning. Live a life of service. Thinking bigger than yourself can serve you today and generations to come, snapping the generational curse. And the fourth key is seeking wisdom. Remember to surround yourself with people that constantly force you to grow. Understand that you must seek wisdom by acquiring knowledge, knowing the timing and the place to apply it. Cultivating wisdom is a lifelong journey of small, consistent steps. Don't be afraid to try new things and continue to push boundaries. Remember to carve out some time to reflect on your decisions, allowing you to get better from all the mistakes that you possibly made. Hopefully your first step is to leave a comment about your experience, encouraging someone else. I pray that this video provided you with value. If so, please like and subscribe. I'll see you at the next one. God bless.